Hey guys, Stephen and Pastor Marlin here. We're going to talk about a little bit about the ministry and uh, Pastor Marlin and his church's experience with it, with Forward Operating Church. And Pastor Marlin is the lead pastor or the head pastor of Brazil Nazarene Church, and they just completed the four-phase ministry with Forward Operating Church. Pastor Marlin, if you would, please share your experience and the church family's experience and kind of your hindsight viewpoint, if you will, of the ministry and what you would advise a future church coming in who's getting ready to go through the four phases. So I'm going to step out and let you talk to the audience.
Okay, thanks, Steve. I appreciate Forward Operating Church coming to Brazil Church of the Nazarene. We didn't know exactly what to expect, and you really hope in your church you never have a situation where you're going to need something like a security team or Forward Operating Church. But I think my eyes were opened by the end of the fact that I knew it's out there. You hear the stories in the news, etc. You know it's a possibility. But for the most part, you don't ever want it to happen. But I feel better now that I feel like our security team is better prepared. I would say by the time you get to phase 4 and you actually go through some scenarios of what could possibly happen in a church, it really brings it all into focus. And I think it makes the whole trip worthwhile if you buy in at the beginning and then float your way through, because by the time you get to the end, you're going to realize we needed this. We need to practice this. We need to go through this and think these kind of things. Because if a person comes in with a domestic issue or whatever is going on in their life and they're just mad and they're just upset and they start causing problems in your church, how are you going to react? What if one of your children gets dragged out of a nursery or whatever case can happen? Domestic issues become reality, and a church needs to be prepared and ready. What if? And I think that's what struck home to me through the process of not only the information that was given and the assessments. Here's some of your risk areas, and these are some of the things you need to do, install cameras and etc. But maybe just the actual process of seeing what could take place as a perpetrator of some sort would enter into your worship service. So I think that was important to me to grasp, and I think it would be important for anyone as we pray that none of these things ever occur. But I've been in situations where a person has gotten ill, fallen over in church, maybe a sugar issue or something else, and to think about all the scenarios of, even if it's non-violent, of what to do in a panic situation. And some of our security team has expressed following this process that they were unprepared up to this point, and I feel like we're better prepared now. So I'd just like to give a shout out to ProTech and this whole ministry that they're doing, because if a church gets to that point, we need to be prepared. So that's what I'd like to say on behalf of Forward Operating Church Ministries. Thank you.